my engine block's away at the machine shop, and the car's pretty much ready for the engine. And I decided, you know what, I don't know what the CCs of my cylinder heads are, the ones that I've just built for my new engine. So in order for me to figure out what my compression ratio is and what I'm truly looking at, knowing the combustion chamber size is actually part of the equation. So I figured, how am I going to do this at home? Well, I've seen how they do it on TV, and they basically have, I took a piece of Lexan and I drilled a hole in it, and it's going to sit on top of the cylinder head that I'm going to put like some grease around to seal it. I put some Teflon tape around the spark plug just to make sure that my fluid doesn't leak out. And I've chosen to use some dollar store rubbing alcohol, and I'll put some food coloring in it. And I've got a dollar store plastic syringe, so I will fill it up and then I will put it into my combustion chamber, and then I will know how many cubic centimeters of volume it can hold. So looking at a factory set of cylinder heads, they're said to range anywhere from 68 to 72 cubic centimeters. And you can see how my valves sit quite low in the combustion chamber. And on my new cylinder heads, the valves are actually quite a bit bigger and they protrude in. And I've also had my heads remachined and resurfaced. So that's also going to reduce the size of my combustion chamber. So instead of just sort of guessing, I want to know what I actually have. When I do my calculations so far, I've just been doing like the worst case scenario. So I go in the online programs and I put in 72 cubic centimeters and then my estimated head gasket thickness and whatnot, and I get a number. But it's not the actual number because I haven't taken any actual measurements. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so that was 50, and then my other syringe has 30 in it, and I'll put in what I can and see what's left and do the math. Shit. So I'm having a failure because it's leaking. So I've done this about 3 times now, and I'm getting somewhere near 70 cubic centimeters. It's really hard because I get little tiny bits of spillage, and it's really hard to get a good seal on what I'm doing here. And I'm figuring about 70 cc right now. So I just did the experiment like a 4th time, and I'm getting around 70, 71 cc's. And I seem to sort of be breaking my sort of seal that I made around it. And, you know, I do question the accuracy of dollar store syringes. They're not exactly a very precision instrument. But you can see that I've squeezed the chamber right up until it can't seem to hold any more. So, I mean, factory rated would have been 68 to 72. And it seems like I'm getting around 70 in my home experiment. So, you know, that puts me right in sort of the range where, you know, I would expect to be. So that's okay.